News has been going crazy talking about these supposed comments that President Trump made about some of these countries that we import people from. As of this video and as of the tweets I'm about to show you, the president tweeted that he didn't use that language, that there were harsh comments made, but that was not the language that he used that's been going around and getting nonstop coverage for since I think yesterday evening. With all this going on, I noticed there was a retweet from one of my local news stations. It was one of their anchors. And the tweet was, "No apology, ... yet." And it was a tweet with a link to the president's first tweet of the day that was about the DACA bill that was brought to him that was supposedly bipartisan, and he was talking about how it was not a good bill. But I just wanted to show you this because I like to point out anytime that the liberal media bias goes all the way down to the local level. Now, I am in Baltimore, so progressive, left-leaning. Maybe they're just trying to appeal to their audiences, but I always thought that they were journalists first. This isn't supposed to be an ad. It's supposed to be the news. So you can see I quoted the tweet and just pointed out the liberal media bias goes all the way down to the local level. And again, this is an unconfirmed leak from a closed-door meeting that they're referring to as fact. So the guy responds. I respect the response, because a lot of times people just post things and then never respond to any of the comments. And with this being a local news anchor, it's not like, there's hundreds of thousands of comments on most of his posts. But I appreciate the response. First, he starts off by saying he never said he should. I'm assuming he's talking about apologize, which I don't know about you, but if I post no apology yet, that means that I think that whatever was done warrants an apology and that I'm expecting an apology. But he backpedals on that, which I think's kind of cowardly, especially since I have the quote right above this. Then he goes on some long-winded explanation as to what the tweet actually meant. And then at the end, he says the White House confirmed the statement and sends me an article. So my initial reaction is, okay, maybe I missed something. Maybe something, someone from the White House confirmed the comment and I just didn't hear about it. So rather than just read the title of the article and take his word for it, I mean, he is a journalist. He is in the media. If he sends me an article and says it's something's in there, I expect when I open it up for it to be in there. But I don't know. Maybe he was just hoping that I would just assume because he's a journalist and part of the media, I would believe what he was saying and not open the article. But again, I think he's pushing an agenda, so of course I open the article, read it. No confirmation from the White House. I go on to call him out for that. I was not being extremely nice at this point. I'm a little angry at this point. You're a professional. You're a professional journalist. You're using your headshot and the station's background as your background on Twitter. I take that as this is your professional Twitter. So I call him out for lying. That doesn't say that in the article that he sent, and also call him out for backpedaling on his asking for an apology. His response is a little contentious. It's the second sentence from the end of the article, just in case you missed it, again in all caps, so he's yelling at me at this point, which, again, real professional. So, at this point, he tells me exactly what he's talking about as what he used for confirmation from the White House that the president made this statement. Here's the sentence. Second sentence from the end of the article that he sent me. The White House responded with a statement, but they denied that Trump had made the comments. First of all, that is not a comment from the White House. That is something that the person that wrote the article has written. Second of all, they are simply stating that the White House didn't deny the comments. Maybe the White House didn't deny the comments because the spokesperson from the White House giving the statement wasn't in the meeting and doesn't know whether the president said that or not. Who knows? But it's far from confirmation of the statement. So I called out him not being professional, still defending. Is he seriously still defending the statement? The White House confirmed the statement. His response again, and this response was a second response pretty quickly after the first one to this comment that I had made. He quotes the sentence. So I'm not sure. I can only take that to mean in his mind, this is enough to say on TV, in an article, however he decides to put out the journalism that's coming from the station that he works for, that this is enough to confirm a statement. Why, if I ever see him as an anchor on TV, if I ever see him a reporter on TV, if I ever see an article on their website written by him, why am I ever supposed to believe anything he ever says again if that's the kind of statement he uses as confirmation? The journalistic integrity is just awful. I'm gonna respond under here to the station, see if they have anything to say about this, because if this is the level of journalistic integrity that they use to suss out articles and decide what's true and what's not true, why should anyone believe this? I mean, this guy's using his professional account again. He's using his headshot. He's using the station's background. The station retweeted the initial tweet that he sent out. And his confirmation that the statement was said and is true is that they didn't deny it. So not denying is confirmation. I hope he never becomes a cop, because I guess that means anybody that he brings in for murder, if he takes them into an interrogation room and they don't deny murdering, that makes them guilty. I mean, this is absurd. It's just the loss of journalistic integrity. I mean, it's just mind-boggling. It's all pushing an agenda. There's no integrity anymore. There's none. I mean, not at all. And the fact that he would send that quote and point out that that's what he's using as confirmation, it's just scary at that point. I mean, it's just scary. So he thinks that that's such a solid confirmation of a statement that he's going to put that again on the internet, where he's definitely got a wider audience on Twitter than he does being on the local news. So it'll be interesting to see what the station has to say about this, if anything at all. I'm not expecting to hear anything back.